Hello, YouTubers. Hey, this is Rich with Retirement in the News, and today I'm going to look at should you retire at 62? 6 ways to find out. According to a couple of the articles that I looked at, and I'm going to put the links to both of those articles in the description box. Um, the actual average retirement age in the United States is 61.8. Now, that's probably a surprise to a lot of you, and there's reasons for that. Pew Research indicates that there are three main reasons why people are retiring at 68. 31% are retiring early because of hardship, like mainly their health. If your health's in bad shape, you've got something that is going to affect the lifespan of your life, you may want to consider retiring before full retirement age. 32% were forced out of their job. This is becoming now more and more common in those of you who are reaching these later years in life. You know that's a reality. They kick you out the door and hire some young whippersnapper who will work for about 60% of what you're working for. It's a reality. And then 39% simply retire at 61.8 or 62 simply because they're financially ready. But the real question, the real issue, it's a more practical thing, is this uh, your case? What about you? Well, I'm going to give you 6 ways that you'll know whether you're ready to retire at 62. And the first one is, number one, you should know your numbers. Retirement can easily last 20 years or more. You know, I don't know what your genes are looking like, what your family history is, but a lot of people can live. If you make it to 65, they say you got a real good shot of making it to 80. So you've got to know your numbers. And there's some drawbacks to retiring at 62. First of all, there's a 30% reduction in the amount you're going to get from Social Security, and that reduction will last the rest of your life. It doesn't change. You can't change that. In fact, 36 months before full retirement age, you're losing. If you retire any time, 36 months before your full retirement age, you're losing 0.5% a month. So roughly a 0.5% a month is coming off of your final retirement number. And there's other disadvantages. Less time to contribute, to your retirement. Once you retire, that's it. Uh, you need. They say you need 70 to 85% of your current income coming in during retirement to realistically think about retiring. And these are some things you need to know your numbers. And so I say that to just let you know, if you haven't done so, you need to go to My Social Security. They give all kinds of tools. They'll give you an update on where you stand right now. They'll give you all kinds of scenarios, how much uh, your retirement would be if you retired at 62, 65, 70. You need to know your numbers. And if you haven't, don't feel shame. Don't kick yourself. But it's time to become aware. Number two is you need to get a grip on housing costs. And there's a lot of ways to look at this. Some people prefer to retire and then do what they call age in place. Um, you don't move, you just stay where you're at, and you can afford your housing prices right now, and that's what you're going to do. The second avenue you could take would be to downsize. My wife and I uh, downsized a few years ago, 8 or 9 years ago, and we may do that once more. Just, how much house do you need? And then the third option is to relocate. And there's no shortage of videos about which states to live in that are the most retirement friendly, the most social security friendly, the most property tax friendly, the most state income tax friendly. Lots of things to consider. There may well be cheaper options for you, and the absolute cheapest option may be just going to another country. Lots of that happening. Number three, and I've talked about this a little bit, but check in with your retirement accounts. I can't emphasize that enough. If you haven't checked in with your Social Security, you need to set up an account. It's free, it's easy to do. If you haven't checked in on your investments, you need to do that. I do that routinely, regularly. You need to check in with your retirement accounts and begin to put together um, the puzzle pieces to your retirement. I've written a small read for Amazon on the Kindle library. I put a link in the description box, and it just simply a little simple guide to how to put your pieces together. The fourth thing that you need to do is to plan for extras. When you retire, you're going to want to have some hobbies. You're probably going to want to travel a little bit. And the moral of the story is idle time is not free. It's not free. It costs. It costs to have hobbies. It costs to travel, and you need to get some idea of what your lifestyle is going to be in retirement. Number five, when considering retiring early, you need to look at your health status. Um, Maybe you're a person who's got a chronic disease, it's a serious disease, and it's definitely going to shorten your lifespan. Well, look, if you want to have some retirement living in your life, you might want to consider retiring early. Retiring at 62, um, you got some things to consider on your health status. One of the things you're going to really need to consider is what are you going to do before Medicare kicks in at 65? In my situation, you've got limited choices, but you can do the Cobra thing, continue on your employer's insurance for a period of time. You can go to the uh, Obamacare, look at those options. There are some other options available that can help you bridge that gap, because you may well have 36 months or longer of having to provide health care coverage. You need to do that. The older we get, the more liability we have out there. We're not getting healthier day by day. We're deteriorating, and hopefully it's slow and it's measured and controlled at this point. Then the last thing is, are you emotionally ready to retire at 62 or earlier? You know, um, for a lot of people, and I think this might have been the case in my life, um, my job was a lot of my identity, who I was as a person wrapped up in my occupation. And you got to ask yourself, are you emotionally ready to move into a new phase of life where you're no longer identified by what you do? Some people have a real difficult time with that. And also, when you're asking yourself, am I emotionally ready? Do you have a sense of purpose? that goes beyond your job? In your hobbies and in some of the things you plan to do in retirement, are these going to be things that give you a sense of purpose? And asking yourself these questions: will the things that I plan to do in retirement be rewarding, and will they be satisfying to me? These are really big deals, and a lot of people overlook them. Hey, if you like this video, give me a like. If you're interested in hearing more about what our channel is going to cover in the months ahead, please subscribe. But again, thank you for watching this video, taking a few minutes to spend with me. I look forward to our next visit.